thank you all, and thank you, Calvin, for that very kind introduction. These are two hard acts to follow. Danny is not the shy, retiring type. I can tell you, I am. I love politics. I love public service, but I'm not I'm not a big backslapper. I do my own thing. Danny can do it. I was on an elevator with him this week, and we got in the elevator, the door closed, he says, well, since you're all trapped here, let me tell you, this is Karl, he's going to be the next governor. And people kind of like, well, how do we get off this elevator? but he is fantastic, and I'm so proud that he will be here in Memphis and working here, and I hope you all get to know him. He's going to do a wonderful job. And what can you say about Calvin Anderson? I mean, what I can say about him, this is a direct quote, and I won't say who said it to me today, but someone told me, he said, you have the best person possible as your treasurer.
Right.
And that's a fact. I mean, that really is a fact. And Calvin, I thank you for your friendship, and I thank you for all that you're doing, because you've been great. And thank you all for your support and being here tonight. I'm not going to give you a long speech, but I just want to mention that I think we're doing very well in the campaign. I think we're doing great. We've had a really solid last 2 weeks where Middle Tennessee State University came out with a poll where they looked at the favorabilities of all the candidates, and tied for first were so with Danny, I don't need to worry about applause lines. But with tied for first were Diane Black and myself. And so if you had told me in March that this is where we'd be in November, I would say that's fantastic. And if you have me and Diane Black, that's a choice for people. That's a real choice. And then we had a straw poll we participated in Chattanooga's Democratic Party did with over 200 people there, and we got 80% of the vote, which was good. And then we've moved forward. The campaign we've been to 68 counties. We're now opening our first office outside of Nashville here in Memphis. And people say, why Memphis? And the reason why Memphis is because Memphis has the best football team in the state. There is no question about that, and the rest of the state needs to wake up to that fact. That this is the powerhouse. I believe this campaign that we can win. The voters want an experienced candidate. I think they've tried inexperience in Washington, and that's not working out quite the way everybody hoped. And I think they want somebody who is going to be in the middle, somebody who's going to be pragmatic, common sense, get it done. And I really stress this thing about being a former mayor. When you're a mayor and you run for office, you run in nonpartisan elections, you've got to appeal to Republicans, Democrats, Independents. And then when you do the job, it's not about party, it's not about ideology, it's about making the place a better place to live, about moving forward, about creating better schools, having more public safety, having a stronger economy, and doing the things that actually improve people's lives. So that's what I want to focus on. And I think that the work that we can do in Memphis together, by the state of Tennessee working together with Memphis to work on economic development is something that I look really forward to engaging in. I mean, we need to do more. I think we have to recognize on the state level that there are unique challenges in Memphis because of the location of Mississippi and Arkansas are right next door. That is a more difficult proposition, and we need to be willing to step up and do what we got to do to win. I also think we need to be candid and recognize the existence of the high level of poverty and work to solve those issues and find and create jobs and opportunities for people. I'm anxious to work on the state in the same way I did in Nashville to work to bring access to state business to minority-owned firms, women-owned firms, small businesses. That's an important thing to do. And we need to get a good, big presence at the mega site here in the Nashville area. That's another, the Memphis area, that's important to do. So those are all things I want to work on. but I want to work with the local people too, and the local governments. I think one of the things we've lost in recent years has sort of been a respect for local government and a respect for the fact that people at the local level kind of know what needs to happen in their communities. And I understand the legal aspects where the state has this power, but there's a certain amount of wisdom and judgment involved when you exercise that power, and you need to listen to people who live in an area and understand what the issues are, and we can do that. And then there's one other thing, you're going to hear me talk a lot about education. You're going to hear me talk a lot about the need to have a strong private sector economy, creating jobs, creating opportunities, how we need to be a state of entrepreneurs. You're going to hear me talk a lot about health care. But one thing I think we have to talk about too, and I think it's important for our state's future and important for our kids' future, is we need to be a state that is tolerant, that's friendly, that's open, that celebrates diversity. I think that's part of the role of being governor is to use the bully pulpit to talk about those things and to lead our state forward in a way that everybody prospers, everybody's in this together. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. Good or bad news, you'll be seeing a lot more of me. I spent the day, I was here last night, we had an event. I met with ministers this morning. Came to the office to meet with some press folks. I've went to school, to Overton School today, a high school, to see a math class there, which was great. Going home tonight. I'll be back Saturday and Sunday. So more and more time. I love I-40. It's like the best. And I look forward to seeing each of you and working with each one of you. And thank you for your help and support.